Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more AI, the Somnium files. In the previous video, we learned that Sojima is the guy who was on the other line of the phone. and then we went to Somnium, and now we're gonna talk to him about it. But first, we gotta talk about the things that will always bring an interaction. CRT monitor. Aww. And then bring one. The table.
I want to beat So over the head with that thing.
I see. Apparently you need your dosage increased.
What?
Dosage?
Yeah, what the hell do they mean by dosage? I hope we learned that in this. Because this kind of pissed me off. I was like, what the fuck? Why don't we know anything yet? Come on. I would give to be trapped in there with Reika. We better meet her. Alright, boss. About the Somnium.
I saw it on the monitor. Iba saving Iris as she was being stabbed. Of course, since you and Iba are one and the same, it's like you saved her, Date. But that was just a dream. It's not real.
Yeah, no shit.
Saving her in Somnium won't save her now. I'm sorry.
Nope, she's already dead. The crime scene investigation report.
No, nothing yet.
Anything?
They arrived a while ago, but that warehouse is owned by Okiura Fishery.
I know. Iba, can you check to see if it's the Okiura we know?
Searching.
Are you kidding me? You know that what we find in Somnium can't be submitted as evidence in court.
Well, damn.
Besides, we don't even know for sure if that figure was so.
You said it was.
I said that it's probably him.
Excuse me? I'm right here. I can hear everything you're saying.
Yeah, I was about to say, he looks the same as usual. About the mysterious figure.
The subject of the sync remembers certain persons or objects that appear in Somnium. But they might not have a clear form. Our dreams are sometimes vague or unclear, after all. Even the subject of the dream themselves. I told you earlier that the syncer experiences the dream from the perspective of an observer.
Right.
That is why the person creating the dream can appear within it. But perhaps they do not have an objective view of themselves, like a mirror or picture. Perhaps he's never watched himself on television. Rare for a politician, but not unheard of. He lacks that objective picture of himself. He remains stoic and unattached despite his position of power. I find that quite powerful. To be able to put your ego aside and see yourself as God sees you is an ability many charismatic people share.
Neat. So, more about the
He
figure.
may not have a rational, objective assessment of himself. So, even if this figure is ambiguous,
It could be So.
indeed.
How does syncing work? Even though
During
we
a sync,
kind of already
the
know
seeker's
this.
consciousness, or ego, is brought into the subject's somnium. They enter the subconscious mind, or more accurately, sink into it. At this time, the sinker's memories are left in their original body. Picture an egg. The ego is the egg yolk that goes into the subject's brain. The sinker's memories are the whites, which remain in the shell. The sinker, or rather the sinker as their pure ego, experiences the subject's somnium. But to be precise, it is not only ego. When synced, a modicum of memory data does get sent into the subject's brain. Imagine separating an egg yolk from its whites. No matter how you try, some of the egg whites will always stick to the yolk. This is just like that.
What is the ego alternative thing you mentioned?
Imagine the human brain as being made up of two elements. memory and algorithmic structure. The
Okay,
former
not
is
the kind of
preferable
elements you were
because
I
the
thought you
latter
were going
can
to
be
be talking about, but sure.
problematic. It can output things based on the inputs it is given. To make this easier to understand, compare this to a computer. Memory is like your data stored on a hard disk. The algorithm is the program. This program controls everything, from higher cognitive functions to primitive instinct. This program is what creates the phenomenon of consciousness.
So continue on.
In short, it is your ego algorithm, what you call your mind. Recognition, cognition, consciousness.
Cognition. Keep going.
All of these processes are incomprehensible without the ego algorithm. However, the Wadjet system is revolutionizing the way we think about consciousness.
The Wadjet system controls my core programming.
Wadjet system.
Using Wadjet, we could map the neural circuitry of the human brain. And we discovered a specific circuit that is key to the phenomenon of consciousness. However, we human beings are still unable to fully grasp it.
I like how he said, however.
It's far too complicated. But even if we don't understand it, we can still use it. You don't have to understand electromagnetism to use a microwave oven. The Wadjet system is how we are able to extract the sinker's consciousness.
I actually
That
like that.
is
It's
what
like
makes
just-
syncing
you don't need to
possible.
understand a thing to use a thing that uses the things. I like that kind of thinking. Well, not really. Some things, like for example, I don't need to know how to build a I don't need to know how to build a computer in order to how to use one. Even though I want to build my own PC one day. All right, so it looks tired. Medicine has fully worn off. It makes him a bit dazed. So about Iris.
I've been telling you I don't know anything.
That's impossible. I saw Iris in your dream. You have to have some memory of her.
What are you talking about? I don't understand a word of this.
Why did you call Shoko?
Come to think of it, I still haven't heard your explanation for this. 2 days ago, you called Shoko Nadami just after 9 p.m. Why?
That is a private matter that I will not discuss with you.
So you killed her, didn't you?
I didn't.
Are you planning on acting dumb all night? How did you know Iris was stabbed?
I heard it.
What?
On my way to this place, I heard that woman over there talking. Something about a girl who got stabbed in the back.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, you.
I don't remember exactly what I said. It's possible that I mentioned a body with stab wounds to the back.
Boss.
It is impossible to determine now. He very well may not have seen Iris's body.
No. He still must have. He was in the warehouse.
But does that mean we can conclude for certain that he saw the corpse?
Alright, what's your alibi? What were you doing?
At 5 p.m. 2 days ago?
Reading a book at home. You can ask my housekeeper or my bodyguards. They will confirm that for you.
That does match what the bodyguard said earlier.
But they're like family to him. They're not above telling a lie to protect their boss.
Date, the investigation team is calling.
Hi, you Kaname!
This is Date from
Or is this
ABIS.
Yosuke?
What happened?
Hey, sorry to call you out of the blue. There's something we want to check. Is now a good time?
Sure, what is it?
You said you found a body at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. The one at Ariake? Warehouse District?
Yes, that's right.
Huh. Okay.
Why? What happened?
It's, not here.
What's not there?
The body.
Just all over the warehouse. We didn't find any bodies.
Well, that's lovely. That's just great. Add that on top of the pile of shit happening already.
What do you mean there's no body?
You can see right there yourself, Date. There's no
we looked
body.
everywhere, but nothing.
Date, I am not doubting you. However, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I saw it. I know I saw it. I saw Iris's body with my own right eye.
Then perhaps someone moved the body. Between the time we left and CSI arrived.
No, there's another possibility.
There is?
There is. Okay. Bye. Did he just leave us in the cold storage area? Yeah, he does that sometimes. Huh. Weird. Oh. Okay. What the fuck?
Date?
Iris!
What are you doing? Barging in without ringing the doorbell? Oh, you see, Mizuki ended up staying at my place. Something wrong?
The world
Zowaldo!
changed.
What? Okay. The world changed. Yeah, sure. What? My brain hurts.
Iba and I saved Iris during the sink yesterday. She wasn't killed.
True, but that was only a dream.
Maybe the dream changed reality.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Then how else would you explain it? Iris came back to life.
Mario, what do you think? Oh, it's friend Mario.
Only money rained down from the sky.
I agree. I was line of sight. Aw, no little. Oh, you're all serious now, aren't you, Date?
I can't believe it's not a raccoon.
What?
What? It's not a raccoon. It's a tanuki. I would jump down my eyes.
It is absurd.
Yeah.
Not possible. Dreams are figments of the imagination. An incident which took place entirely in your mind cannot have any bearing on the real world. That is preposterous. Consider it.
Preposterous.
If you were to find money in your dream, does your bank account balance go up in reality? If you were to be attacked by aliens in your dream, does a swarm of UFOs invade Earth?
But at the warehouse,
You must have been hallucinating. Within Mizuki's Somnium, you saw Iris's frozen corpse. It is affecting your mental state.
Why do we
Last
think
night,
it's
you were
Iris?
so fazed by it that you couldn't speak. If it bothers you to this degree, why not go talk to Iris?
Renju.
Mizuki went to Bloom Park 3 nights ago. She was prompted by a Nile message from Renju.
Zuki, Dad got caught up in something serious. Please come to Boom Park's merry ground right away.
There are 3 possibilities. 1. Renju killed Shoko, or was an accessory to the murder. 2. Renju was threatened or blackmailed into luring Mizuki to the scene. 3. The culprit used Renju's phone to send the Nile message. In any case, the motive is still unknown. We need to talk to Renju.
I need to
Renju,
find Renju.
where did you go?
I miss you so. Feels like it's been forever since you've been gone. So come on home. About the Korea factory.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
About the factory fishery.
I would suggest searching the warehouse again. You may be able to discover why Iris was resurrected.
Yeah. Or, you know, my idea of that it not being Iris, but maybe some other body, because it was the right eye, so it couldn't have been the new Cyclops killer, because he's been taking left eyes. Where's Iris right now?
Her cell phone is on. I can trace her via GPS. She is currently somewhere in the Lemniscape building.
Where's Renju? Renju.
You asked Mama at Marble for information regarding Renju Okiura, correct? It is possible she may have something for you by now.
That's Moen for information too. But I had to promise him a meeting with Iris. Moma can wait for now.
We can talk to Iris's mom as well. She was Renju's classmate, right? Iba told me about her.
Boss staying at the desk. Boss thing changed reality.
Date and Iba saved Iris and Somnium. And that changed the history of the real world? Well, I guess it's not impossible.
That isn't what you said yesterday.
That was then, this is now. A woman's mind changes with the phases of the moon, you know?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe in Date. I trust him more than anyone else in Abyss.
That's just hurtful, boss.
Congressman Sejima is suspicious in more ways than one. Exhibit A. 3 days ago, So called Shoko Nadami's phone. We still don't know exactly why. He only told us it was meant to be private. Exhibit B. So Sejima was at Okiura Fishery Warehouse last night, but he didn't inform us of this. There must be something he doesn't want us knowing. Exhibit C. So was in Iris's Somnium. Dreams are constructed from memories, yet the good
Whoa, hold up.
So was in Iris's Somnium.
They've mixed that up! I was about to say, wait a minute!
So was in Iris's Somnium.
It should be Iris was in Somnium. They have the words right, but the dialogue coming out of it is completely wrong.
So was in Iris's Somnium. Denies he ever knew Iris.
Where's So now?
I sent him home yesterday.
You released him?
What was I supposed to do?
Don't
We
have a
can't hold
body
him
anymore.
without solid proof. What we saw with Iris hasn't happened yet.
In any case, we have to speak with him again.
About the
Stranger things
dreams.
have been known to happen. 2 days ago, Date found Iris's frozen corpse in Mizuki's Somnium. It must have been a prophecy.
Boss.
Why do we think that's Iris?
There's
I mean,
a lot of stuff in
it
this
could
world
be.
that can't be explained by science.
Science! Boss knack for change is one of her good qualities. And having beliefs is what she believes in. And that's how she established herself as a major player in the police department. Because she believed what she wanted to. Summary.
There are 4 people I should talk to. So Sejima, Iris and Hitomi Sagan, and Mama. And I need to check the warehouse one more time.
We have many avenues of investigation.
Let's get moving.
Let's do it. Yeah, sure, let's go talk to him first. Get that one out of the way. So I know this is complete. Oh.
So Sejima is a key person of interest in this case. Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment. I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Sejima has 1 phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name.
Did you find anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone. 1 call in particular stood out to me.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago. From Fuchu Prison. The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
Oh.
Number 89?
Yes. This is most likely the same person who called HQ.
That is
I know
interesting.
who killed Shoko Nadami.
I know this is completely off topic of this game in general, but you know when the car was passing by, I said put. I remember back in, was it 2019? There was a thing on Twitter, it was like Humongous Entertainment. You know, they made the putt games, the Pajam Sam, Sly Fox, Freddy Fish games. And they made like a, hey, we're bringing some of the games to the console in spring 2019. It is about to be spring 2020, and there's been no news of that at all. Looks like I was in the passenger seat. What's 89's name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan.
What's he in jail for?
Murder.
Murder.
He's serving a life sentence for multiple counts. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
Who is 89?
From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts jobs from the criminal underworld for substantial rewards. His code name is Falco.
Oh. How are you able to determine all that shit? How are you able to determine that shit? Was it like records or something? Whatever. What other relationship?
You would have to ask Mr. Sejima for that information.
Number 89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
He did. But that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Unknown. In all honesty, I have no idea.
He does. He is.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
No, we don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to ABIS.
Roger.
Ooh, interesting. So it looks like we'll be talking to Mr. 89 in this timeline too. I mean, I figured as such. Alright, so Sejima-san.
I heard there was no body found at the cold storage warehouse. Isn't your investigation over?
No bodyguard, huh? That's weird. Let's look at the lantern.
Speaking of gardens, what kind do you prefer?
I like a well-manicured lawn. But some bushes aren't bad either. I mean, what?
What? Actually, no, if the coast was just a bush. A spherical bush. Not a mochi. I really want mochi.
Those are so good.
Need to head on down to my local
Look,
grocery store.
Merman.
So is a wealthy politician. It is no surprise to me that he has a merman. Wait, a merman?
Wait, a merman?
I'm a merman.
I heard a strange voice just now. Could it be?
Oh, hey everybody. I'm a merman.
That sounds like Yuri Lowenthal. I highly doubt that is, though. It's probably the... I mean, it sounds like him. That... Oh my god. Just the things that are just random... Like, all those random interactions. The ones with the lantern, the things with the pond. IBIS things with insects. I fucking love that. It's so fucking adorable. So it's feeding koi in the pond. Why did you call Shoko?
You are beginning to irritate me.
You're irritating me.
What did you want to talk to her about? What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant. How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
I knew he was lying. This proves it.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying. After all, Iris was not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What are you hiding so?
Is it the kissing one that we saw in Iris' Somnium in the other timeline? Why were you at the warehouse?
I told you I will not answer that question.
And why not? We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
It appears that he will not respond.
Fine. What about 89?
Number 89? Who is that?
An inmate at Fuchu prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
I don't know anything about that. He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention.
Interesting. Keep talking about him, though.
If you need information, you can ask her. I can't help you. Haven't you people got enough? I'm very busy, excuse me. Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to tell you. To be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you.
I don't like you either.
I don't ever want to see you again.
Well,
So I suggest that you don't show your face here anymore. It's what's best for both of us, understand?
So walked away sternly.
Who does this guy think he is?
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing. Any higher could kill you. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
I know. All right, Marble, let's go talk to Mama.
You need more info on Ren? I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
I see. You're so cold, Mama.
Hey, I'm over here.
Picture on the wall. Okay. Mama's polishing dried bonito fish. About Renju.
You know about Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Maybe now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that, Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
Hey, we're going back in time.
Hey, Date. Have you ever seen a dead body?
I remember Renju saying that to me after he and I went through a bottle.
You're a policeman. I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets. So, how about it?
Didn't answer. I turned the question around on him.
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah. Not just one. Countless bodies. When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job. You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams. I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras. It was an easy job. Eventually,
how long ago
I
was
became
that?
friends with the higher-ups.
'Cause you said high
They
school.
started
and
taking me with them on jobs.
What jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family.
Yikes.
Elderly folk who owned a lot of land, you know? They live every day in loneliness and desperation. You just have to be nice to them. That's all it takes. Guys would get to know the old people and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk, throw them in the tub full of hot water, and they pass. Just like that. Heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The police almost never investigated. It always looked natural, like they died of old age. So the adopted gang members would inherit the land. Then we sell it and make massive profits. I watched a lot of people get killed like that. And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth. So
Man, these Yakuza are not like the Yakuza from Yakuza with the Yakuzas.
Why am I telling you all this?
I don't know.
Are you going to arrest me?
Statute of limitations, man. Took a sip of my glass. I didn't say anything for a while.
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout. But still... Date,
Tears fell on the counter, unending. Didn't say another word until the ice in the glass had melted to nothing. Well, I don't know what the statutes of limitations be for that kind of a crime. About 89.
Oh, Falco?
You know him?
I know him as a famous assassin in the underworld. Just rumors, though. Nothing specific.
What kind of rumors?
He's good. 100% success rate. No evidence.
Neat.
He was a world-class killer.
Gotta love a guy
Did
with
you
a
ever
clean
meet him?
record.
Nope. I don't even know what he looks like.
Any other info?
I do.
I know he's connected to the Kumakuras somehow.
Them again.
Well, that's about it.
How's it going?
Well, I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
I do not know what she means. Perhaps you should take her up on her offer.
Absolutely not.
Don't lie to me, AI. Why are you pushing
I find
that on
it
you?
calming.
Why is that?
Don't ask me.
So summarize for me.
I don't have anything else for you. Sorry I'm not much help.
No, don't worry
Nah.
about it.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who is good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight. If you ask him, he might have some information for you.
Tonight?
Yes. I'll be waiting for you.
Alright, that takes care of that. Let's go to the Sagan. I hope I'm not catching a cold again. My throat's been
I
hurting a
apologize
while.
for yesterday. I arrived uninvited.
No, I'm grateful. Thanks to you, Mizuki has her voice back.
No, I didn't do anything.
So your daughter's was dead. I don't know. Seems like from the T. She worked with Mills closely ones. The Mills different. How to handle a monster parent. Blooming Winter Iris. Good news and hope. Speaker system. Ah, I was hoping for like a. There's a pineapple growing. Let's look at the weird object. Let's count that a strange object on the shelf. Bookshelf. There are no books in it, but it's definitely a bookshelf. Like a ski resort with no skiers. Lights are off. Why? Why could the lights be off? I don't understand why the lights are off. Ceiling fan is spinning.
I've been wondering about that picture.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes,
And who's on the right?
the man I was dating at the time. It was only for 3 months, but
Hi,
I met him
Falco.
about 6 years ago. Have you been to the Ikume Shrine in the Minato district?
Ooh.
I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice. Well, more like a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach. I took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then he kissed me. I was shocked, but when I stared into his eyes, then I heard footsteps, and then a bunch of men yelling. They were looking for him. When the voices and footsteps faded, he let me go. Don't call an ambulance, and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
You took him to a mob doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once.
Can we keep
Even though we had our first
learning
kiss
about that?
seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together. The first time I took his arm was when we went to a haunted house in an amusement park.
Oh my god, that's so
But
adorable.
I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung onto my arm. He had that cute side to him. And I was falling in love.
No.
Our second kiss was in the car.
I want
It's
those two to
cliché, I know.
reconnect.
But we drove around at night, looking at all the lights. We parked our car near a warehouse and kissed.
And
I
fucked in the
don't
back
think we ever
seat.
said I love you, but we both knew. We were getting closer and closer. I introduced him to Iris about
Oh my god, look at baby
Iris
Iris!
never had a father figure in her life before. She warmed up to him immediately and treated him like a real dad. From then on, it was always the three of us together.
Look at little
beach,
baby
The
Iris.
river, the zoo, the amusement park. Going to barbecues with another person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every day was so exciting. Oh, sorry. You asked about the picture. He wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with the hot plate. It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head. Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed.
Oh, so that's
I
why
hadn't
there's
seen her
stuff on
laugh
top of
like
their
that
head.
in a long time. I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads too.
Aww.
I added the bonito flakes and mayo and sauce. At this point, there was no going back. Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight. After our battle, we laughed like crazy. We were rolling around on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it. It's nostalgic. But those days didn't last. 6 years ago, in November, a man with a gun broke into our house. Fortunately, Iris wasn't home at the time, but my boyfriend was. That's why the gunman came. He wanted to kill him. He wanted to kill him and he would never stop. He pulled the trigger. I tried to protect him, The bullet hit me, but the police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime. I don't know the details, but it was awful.
Thanks for giving us 89's
So
backstory
he became
here.
a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
I had heard that that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh. That's not true. I lied about it at the time, because of Mizuki. Mizuki is Iris's friend. If she found out, Iris would find out too. I didn't want Iris to know.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
There's a try on the wall. That's true when she was 12. Wow! I was not expecting that much backstory by looking at the picture. Somebody's touching her right shoulder with her left hand. So...
Did something happen to him? You asked me that yesterday.
Did something happen to him? Did something happen to him?
Did something happen to him? You asked me that yesterday.
Oh, that's 2 mistakes! I think that's only 2 mistakes I've seen so far in this game about the... whatever! About the subtitles, or whatever you want to call it. Well, actually, no, this is technically the first one. Mistakes with the subtitles. The other mistake that we saw was the actual words that were said were wrong, but the subtitles were correct. This one is the one with the subtitles wrong. Words are correct. The other one was backwards. There's no point in hiding it. Tell her about Renju's disappearance.
Right from the hospital? I'm sorry. I have no idea.
It's Monday, isn't it school day?
Today's a holiday. I suppose there's never a day off for a detective. Oh, but you aren't a detective, right?
Technically, yes. But I still deal with crime.
I see. Today is a holiday.
You forgot too, didn't you?
I love... Oh god, I love these little interactions that they all have. This is so adorable. So let me sit on sofa. Alright, about Iris.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that. But Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me. I remember, one time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me. Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy!" I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me.
It's adorable. What about your parents?
They died when I was 17. I was an orphan, and my relatives
I was
lived
about
far
to say,
away.
I think we learned about her
It might
parents
have
dying
taken me
earlier,
in,
I thought.
But I was already in my second to last year of high school. It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
Will we learn who her father is? Is her father going to end up being Renju? No. No, I think my guess is that the father was that one Kumakura guy, because that's the reason why he wanted both of them dead. It's because he was the father, and he's like, well, I don't want this shit, so...
It was always just me and her.
I like the little
Vacations,
dancing thing.
Barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such. She loved singing and dancing, even as a kid. Whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers. And she did it at the show, too. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course.
Aww, that's
I grabbed her arm
adorable.
and tried to get her to sit, but Before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited. Even I was dancing by the end of it. When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face. Mama, you're a good dancer. That's the kind of girl she was.
Your daughter was dead yesterday, somehow.
Whenever she sees someone playing music
Oh
on
my
the
god!
street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping, even at convenience stores. When their little chime played, she would start dancing. It almost got her into trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music out the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing, but she lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly.
Ow.
It was on a Sunday, and it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town. I could still hear her crying. Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance? She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. No, that's not true. There was one other time.
What was the other time?
6 years ago, I was the victim of a shooting. After the surgery, Iris came in running, and she was sobbing.
That makes sense.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die!
Aww.
Please don't die, Mommy! Don't die!
Oh, little baby Iris.
I swore to myself then that I would protect her, no matter what. Iris is everything to me, more important than my own life.
Well, I'm glad she's still alive in this timeline, and she still has both of her eyes, at least for now.
Date, we can't spend time reminiscing. We have to get moving.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, I suppose. Bye. All right, time to go to Lumenskate. Lumenskate. Hey, we get to learn about the bugs, see the big-breasted lady, look at the magazine, look at the TV, all the good shit. Probably talk to our boy Ota. Oh, hi.
I'm so aggro right now.
Who says that?
I guess she does.
Why are you angry?
You backed out on your Shovel Forge promise.
I didn't make any promises.
You promised me a date, though.
I did go to your house.
2 minutes before midnight, and you didn't even take me anywhere.
Yeah, because we only had 2 minutes.
We could have gone somewhere. Iturup, Kunashir, Shikotan, Habomai?
Habamai?
Absolutely not.
Then you should have come earlier.
Well,
you were dead. Alright, what's the bug today, Iba?
Date, look! It's a Terraphila camellifolia. Look!
What?
Yay! Yay!
Oh my god, she's so adorable!
Terraphila camellifolia.
That must have been a mouthful. I think it's awfully excited about insects. Good on you, Erica, for getting that. Monitor, nothing is displayed on it. Alright, what's with the sofa? It's a sofa.
I should lose some weight.
I didn't say so fat.
Sofa. Oh, magazine. It's a magazine on the rack. Special, how to make good soba. I'll bring that one home for later. Alright, what's with the high stool in school? There's some high stools around the table. Ah, nothing! Ah!
That's a high
let
table.
down.
Date, I don't understand. You want me to say hi to this table?
That's not what I said.
I also love, like, their facial expressions change too every now and then. Like, if you're actually looking at them and you see them talking.
It's Shinsen-Chatran.
See?
Who's that?
Shinsetsu's video's playing. It's a door. There's probably an office back there. Hey, tits! Company's logo, Lumenskate. Alright, who's talking about the painting? Abstract paint hanging up.
Like it?
It's called Fisherman Shagging a Common Dandy.
Sure. That's definitely abstracted. There's such in his desk. Alright. Hey, big tits. Let's go to wherever. I wanna know where Renju is.
I want to too. We've been looking for him. We've been getting so many calls, it's hard to keep up with.
Those boobs are big. Like, seriously, girl, how is your back? I want to know your measurements.
I'm 5'4".
That is clearly not what you meant.
No. Can I have your contact information?
Why?
Well, because it may lead to something in the future.
I don't know.
Look at Iris.
Date, we're on an investigation.
Just let me have this.
Just let me have this.
That's enough. I'll come right out of your eye socket if you don't stop. I'm serious. I'm going to pop out.
What's your type?
Well, I like guys that like New Guinea fruit bats and yellow spotted neck turtles.
I cannot even picture that.
I have a flew out my left eye socket and started dancing on the desk. Reception just immediately fainted. I saw the whole thing and also fainted. And so my story ended. The end. But I couldn't let that happen, so I decided not to ask her for information. Oh, that would have been hilarious if that was like another joke ending. Alright, let's get to the brass tasks of this. The day off?
Off?
Yeah, from school.
Oh, yeah, it's a holiday. So I decided to come to Lemniscate. We're going to do a recording for a show soon.
Cool. Iris is looking at me. Where's Renju?
What about him?
I don't need to hide it. I told her about Renju's
A
disappearance.
traffic accident? I'm worried.
Any idea where he could have gone?
I'm sorry, no.
Why was your phone off yesterday?
I know you were mad about our date, but why was your phone off? I couldn't get a hold of you.
I've seen him on TV.
Ever met him?
No.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Last night around 2 a.m., someone visited you. Who was it? And you left the house as well. Where did you go?
You really want to know?
Yes.
And you'd do anything for the answer.
Yes.
All right then, Shovel Forge.
No.
Then go on a date with me.
Again, no.
But you owe me for yesterday.
I told you I couldn't get a hold of you.
Objection. Even if you did get a hold of me, you didn't want to see me anyway, right? Until you fulfill your promise, I won't tell you anything.
You're such a brat. I saw your body.
Iris, promise you won't laugh, but I saw something at the cold storage warehouse last night.
What?
Your dead body. I told you not to laugh.
But, come on, Date. I'm alive. I'm right here.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I can jump around. Woohoo!
Stop, I'm serious.
Oh my god, their stuff's just clapping. That's cute.
In my dream, I saved you from being killed. And here you are. Which is why I was like that when I went to your house yesterday. Sorry, there's no point in telling you all this.
No, it's fine. Sorry for laughing. I just didn't know what was up with you.
Huh?
I believe you, Date. Maybe you were in a parallel world or something.
Another bizarre explanation.
This is like my bizarre adventures all over again. Wait a minute, no, I'm not a JoJo.
So, what are we doing?
What do you mean?
For our date, of course.
I should have saved.
Fine.
Hey, wait a minute!
Yay! So you'll play Shovel Forge with me?
I will not.
Will not.
So we'll go on a date then.
Yes.
Deal. And you have to honor our agreement this time.
I can't believe it.
Oh, but we can't go right away. I have a recording coming up. I should be done by 3, though.
Tessa, we're starting soon.
Got it! So, Date, meet me back here at 3? If you ditch me, I will be beyond furious. Anyway, bye for now. Peace!
I'll try my best. I smiled and strolled over to the studio.
There is no point remaining here. Let's get moving.
But tits! Aw, they wouldn't even let me look at them. They wouldn't even let me look around the place, so good thing I did everything else beforehand. With that on my left eye socket, I walked into the cold storage warehouse. I could see my breath. I looked around shivering. Nothing seemed changed from the last night, though.
There are numerous cardboard boxes on the shelves. There is nothing abnormal about them.
Thank you, Iba.
Hi, I'm Dramaimon.
Iba, the jokes, you've gotta stop.
That's supposed to be a thing about Digimon?
A forklift.
A forklift.
It doesn't seem like it's in use. It
Gee,
was
what gave
likely
that
just
away?
left here. The crane on the ceiling. Nothing has changed. A switchboard. Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Okay, so hold on. Before I obviously look at the obvious things that I need to look at, what?
There are only a few items on the shelf. It is likely that this warehouse isn't in regular use.
Yeah, most likely. So why was Date?
It's a wooden box. There is nothing inside.
Why was? I mean, someone else must have saw the body at some point, right? I mean, those people were here.
That machine is used to cut ice. Do they
Right?
store ice here? A forklift. Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Like the boss saw the body, didn't she?
First arrived here yesterday at 9 p.m. At that time, lying on this workbench was...
Iris's dead body, covered with a white cloth.
But the second time,
The corpse was gone.
it was 11:25 p.m. But the body could not have simply vanished. Crime scene investigation was here before 11:25 p.m.
When did they arrive?
According to the report, 10:30 p.m. After we finished syncing with So.
It took them an hour and a half to get here?
Correct.
Why did it take them so long?
Unknown. The report does not specify. Perhaps a result of outside influence.
Outside influence?
In any case, there is nothing of note about the bench.
I'm
Examining it will not reveal any
God,
further
I'm so
information.
interested in this whole thing now. Like, this one's a little more. It's just warehouse again. We didn't find anything useful.
Nothing.
But finding nothing may, in fact, be something.
What do you mean?
I was just thinking out loud. Let's get going. Date, your temperature is dropping. At this rate, they might find your body in here.
I'm just so... This side of the... Here, let's go to the flowchart. This side of the flowchart so far is a little more interesting than this one. I mean, don't get me wrong. This side had a lot of interesting things. But when it comes down to, like, the murders and everything, this one's a little more interesting. Oh, I can see it definitely being a split path here. Oh. Well, Iris is going to get kidnapped, I guess, during our date. I can see it being a split path to the left. And that one's, like, going to be a short one. Maybe, like, one Somnium and we're done. And then this one to the right where there could be possibly another split. I'm just so interested because it's crazy. Like I said, the murders on this side were... I mean, the murders on this side were... I mean, there were more than... So far, we've only had one murder so far, too, technically. I mean, maybe Iris's... Maybe that was Iris's body, but she wasn't dead or frozen or anything. It was just fake. But why? I don't know. I'm sure at some point it'll start making sense once I start looking at stuff. How many of these things do I have? There's a trophy for getting 100 of them. I obviously don't. There's only like 42 of them. Can I even miss any of these things? Are these things that are like a whole... You need to keep talking and examining things in order to see them? Or is it a whole... I don't know. Oh, what's up, boss?